Check. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hello. 1, 1, 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 4. Hello. Are we up? You want? Good evening, everybody, and welcome inside R.A. Falconer Hall for tonight's wrestling match, the CCIW matchup between the Firebirds and your Elmhurst University Blue Jays. I'm Bill Downing, joined by Greg Rosel. To my right, part of Suncom.tv and the Elmhurst University's Athletics YouTube page. Firebirds coming in 3-1 overall, 2-1 in the CCIW. And for Elmhurst, the Blue Jays, 1-2 overall and 1-2 in the CCIW. Taking a look at the matchups tonight for Elmhurst. 125, Donnie Fields taking on Chris Kish of Carthage. Joey Forero for the Blue Jays taking on Zach Miller at 133. 141, Zach Carter forfeiting. Cole Nelson will win that via the forfeit. 149, Diego Garcia taking on Elijah Zapata. And for the Blue Jays at 157, Enzo Augusto will take on Zarin Anderson. 165, Mateo Blessing will take on C.J. Gilbert. At 174, Corey Bradley for Elmhurst will take on Colin Ruiz. For Carthage, at 184, Connor Kelly take on Devin Rogers. And 197 for Elmhurst, Colin O'Neill will take on Diego Fuentes. And in the heavyweights, 285, David Ortiz will take on Mason Kokersperger. And that's at 285. Blue Jays lost to Milliken to start off the season. Then they beat Wheaton right here, 38-12. Then he went on to the Milliken Open. And Enzo Augusto finished second at 157. And Mateo Blessing, seventh at 165. Then at Augustana, they dropped a 30-11 decision. And then at the Concordia University Wisconsin Open, again, it was Enzo Augusto finishing third at 157. And David Ortiz at 285 took sixth. After tonight, they'll be on the road at the Art Craft Invitational at River Grove, Illinois, and at North Central at the North Central Open. And then they'll be off until 2025 on the 9th. They'll be at Concordia, Wisconsin, and Mequon, Wisconsin. Getting ready to get things underway here tonight. And they're going to do the coin flip. Our first match at 125, Donovan Fields, 5-5 overall in duels. He's 2-1 in the CCIW. He's also 2-1. 125 for Carthage for the Firebirds. Chris Kish, 6-2 overall. He's perfect in duels at 3-0 and perfect in the CCIW at 2-0. That will be our first match of the evening. And again, the Firebirds coming in 3-1 overall, Elmhurst 1-2. The last time these two teams met was back on the 30th of November, 2023. Carthage defeated Elmhurst 29-15 up at Carthage College in Kenosha, Wisconsin. Getting ready to get things going right here. It's going to be Donnie Fields and Chris Kish at 125. Ready to get this one underway is Donnie Fields. Sophomore out of Downers Grove, Illinois. Fields and Kish, a junior out of Des Plaines, Illinois, and we are underway.
Elmhurst won the meet between these two schools. The score was 29-15.
Shoot that time by Fields, and Kish trying to get control of the back as Fields has a single leg looking to take down Kish. He's going to have to sweep that leg. Moves him back toward the middle. Kish in a little bit of trouble, and Fields will get 3 on the takedown. And then an escape that time by Kish makes it 3-1. We're in the first.
This is your first collegiate meet this
2:10 left here in the first.
3 points. That's especially for those of us who for decades has cheered 2.
Kish and Fields. Fields winning 3-1. First match at 125. Fields, 125, sophomore out of Downers Grove with the Downers Grove South, home of the Mustangs. Oh, nice move that time by Fields. Kish tried to look like he was trying to follow through on that flip. And 3 more points on another takedown by Fields. He leads by 5, 6-1 with a $1:22 left here in the first. By Fields. Quick as a cat, and then another takedown this time. No points yet. Now Fields will get the escape, and they'll have to recenter with a $1:07 left. It's 6-2 Fields. Couple points for Kish on the escapes. 6 via the takedown for Donnie Fields here at 125. Fields again. Oh, now Kish. Fields got to be careful. He's got to keep that leg in place, not allowing Kish to roll Fields up on his back. You can see Fields right now just holding on for dear life. Kish rolling him on his back. 38 seconds left here in the first. 6-2, Donnie Fields. And Fields breaks out of that, but Kish has the single leg, has that left leg of Fields, and Fields again utilizing that center of gravity really, really well, not allowing Kish to go for the kick out. 10 seconds left here in the first. 6-2 Fields. And Fields saw that one coming, and he'll get right back on top of Kish, and that will be it for the first. 6-2, Donnie Fields with the lead going into the second. So Chris Kish will start down here in the second. Donnie Fields leading by 4, 6-2. Quick as a cat, both of these individuals here at 125, I can tell you. And it's almost like they've read each other's books. They know the moves that each one is going to do, and they have a counter for each one. Match definitely not out of hand, but Donnie Fields, again, leading 6-2. As of right now, I know that the referee looking at the scoring over at the table.
The question is writing time. They're checking on writing time.
All right, so the check that time, the break.
Writing time for Elmhurst.
32 seconds for Elmhurst on the riding time. So Kish will be down to start the second. Fields leading by 4, and Fields trying to put Kish on his back right off of the start here in the second. So Kish, all 3 of his points via the escape, all 6 of the points for Fields via the takedown. Good grappling here between these two. And again, Kish against that left leg. Now starting to twist it, but you see Fields pushing Kish's head down, trying to force that head as close as possible to his knee so that center of gravity is taken away. And they're going to have to stand each other back up again due to non-activity. We're in our first. The $1:14 left here in the second. Nice shoot that time by Fields. Fields coming in 5-5 overall in the CCIW. He's 2-1, going up against Chris Kish, who's 6-2 overall, 3-0 in duels, and 2-0. Perfect slate in the CCIW. Like Kish that time, he was trying to shoot. He's going for that same leg again, but you see how Fields, again, just lays out and makes it very difficult for Kish to get what he's trying to do right here is that takedown. Kish, but Fields right now, again, take a look at those legs. Again, it comes down to cardio right here. And we're going to have to stop. (6-3) is your score. 20 seconds left here in the second. Donnie Fields for Elmhurst at 125, leading Chris Kish for Carthage. 6-3. Kish trying to go for that same left leg again. And now he's trying to get the other leg. But Kish is in trouble. And saved by the bell here in the second. Again, all points via the takedown for Fields and for the escapes for Chris Kish. Kish, a perfect slate in the CCIW. Fields at 2-1. Good spin out that time, and escape point for Fields makes it 7-3. Kish is going to have to try something. This time he goes for the other leg. First time he went for that right leg, but yet Fields able to get out of that just by spinning his hips out. And now Kish trying to lift up. And 3 points that time for Kish on the takedown. 7-6, make it 8-6 on the escape by Fields. And they're off the mat with a $1:12 left If the scoring is correct, there it is. It should be 8-6. Donnie Fields
1 minute.
with 60 seconds left. Fields will have to counter the next 60 against Kish. Kish wants to remain undefeated. So Kish trying to get some points here in the final 40 seconds of the third, and he just got 3 for a takedown, and we'll take a 1-point lead, 9-8. Fields led the entire match up to this point, and now we're tied 9 apiece. Donnie Fields, Chris Kish. Fields goes for a shoot. Kish lays out like a 2x4. Kish, you can see, trying to gain the back. Right now, the next point will win with 10 seconds. And right there's 3 for Chris Kish. And he will remain undefeated.
Kish of the Firebirds. Final score, the decision going
12-9. Chris Kish remains undefeated. He'll go to 3-0 in the CCIW. And Donovan Fields will drop to 2-2 after losing a 12-9 decision. Joey Forero for Elmhurst. Zach Miller for Carthage at 1:33. And we are underway. Carthage with a 3-0 lead. They will gain points via the forfeit at 1:41. So right now, officially, it should be 9-0 if you include the forfeit that's coming up at 1:41. We're at 1:33. Joey Forero, who was honored as one of the 4 seniors here tonight. Forero going for a takedown. And Miller. Forero has the one leg, and off the mat is Miller. Forero tries to sweep that other leg, and they're off the mat. A good push by Forero. No points, 45 seconds into this first period between these two, and I tell you, they are going at it. There's the grapple. Going for the clinch, and again Miller shooting for the right leg. Forero again putting all his weight on the upper body of Miller. Miller able to flip Forero over, but Forero ready and back to his feet. 3 points that time awarded to Miller on the takedown. Oh, the Firebirds 2-1 in the CCIW. Blue Jays 1-2. And a reversal that time for Forero. Miller with a 1-point lead, 3-2 here in the first. Minute 15 left. And an escape. 4-2 for Miller. 56 seconds left here in the first. And there's 3 points awarded to Forero on the takedown. (5-4) Joey Forero with the lead. 35 seconds left here in the first. Miller trying to kick out of it one way or another, trying to get a point to tie it up. He'd have to do it via the escape. And off the mat, you can see what Miller was trying to do. He's trying to get back on that mat to try to get a tie here with 18 seconds. 18.3 to be exact here in match number 2. Forero. Miller trying to escape, and they're off the mat. Well, these two really going at it. And we haven't even made it to the end of the first. 2 seconds left. Forero trying to get some more points. Did not get it, but will hold a 1-point lead going into the second. Zach Miller. Again, we're at 1:33 if you're just joining us. 3-0 Carthage. Forero again on the back. Miller started in a down position. Forero not letting Miller get away from him. Head coach Steve Marinetti. Marinetti joined by Matt Kuchert, Chris Messia, Kevin Sleva, Tim Novarini, Keon DeRain, and Joey Biondicini. 5-5 is your score on the escape by Zach Miller. Miller coming in 1-3 overall, 1-1 in duels, and 1-1 in the CCIW for Forero. He's 1-6 overall, 1-2 in duels, and 1-2 here in the CCIW. Cole Nelson will win via forfeit, coming up to 141, but 3 more points that time by Forero. He leads 8-5 with 47 seconds left here in the second. Forero, the senior out of LaGrange, went to Lyons Township High School, had one heck of a run this year in the IHSA football playoffs. Miller trying to get an escape point, he does. Closes it within 2 with 10 seconds left. It's 8-6 Forero here in the second. That will do it for the second, and it'll be 8-6. Joey Forero with the lead. Miller, freshman out of Frankfort, went to predominant powerhouse, Lincoln Way East High School, right off LaGrange Road there. And, boy, they had a magical run until they ran into the Loyola Ramblers. And some kid named Fitzgerald at the helm of that team who's going to Iowa. And his dad, Coach Fitzgerald, formerly of the Northwestern Wildcats, who's now an assistant with Loyola. There's an escape point for Forero. He's up by 3 now, 9-6. And for Miller, he's going to have to make something happen here, pull a rabbit out of the hat. He's going to have to get some quick points. Forero knows that, and he's got to be careful not to put himself into a bad situation. Boy, Forero just switches that center of gravity so well. Just off the mat, but the referee will let him go. Nobody in any danger yet. Not much action happening. He may stand him right back up again. And now they're off the mat. That's exactly what they will do, and that's exactly what Zach Miller wanted to see. Joey Forero knows what he needs to do here. Hold on. Leading by 3, 9-6. With 60 seconds left in the match here at 1:33. Elmhurst will forfeit the 141 coming up next. That's why if you look at the score right now, it's officially 9-0. But Joey Forero looking to change. And now he's got the leg of Miller. And Miller in a bad spot. And Miller, there's 3 more points for Forero. Now leading and doubling up Miller 12-6. With only 25 seconds left. And he'll give him the point on the escape for Miller. But Forero again goes right for it, and he'll get 3 more points. Now up 15-7. 10 seconds left off the match.
As it stands, that 8-point difference would mean a major.
But Forero, you can see he's kind of holding that wrist. Only has to withstand 9 more seconds. Holding that left wrist. And he's just going to hold on and ride this one out for the victory. Forero moves to 2-6 overall. 2-2 in duels and 2-2 in the CCIW. 15-7, Forero with the win. Cole Nelson, as I mentioned, he will win via the forfeit.
Wrestling at 141.
Well,
For the Firebirds, Cole Nelson.
yep, there is the forfeit. I saw someone else stepping up, but Cole Nelson will win via the forfeit at 141. Now we're going to move on to 149.
Is a forfeit by Carthage. At 149, wrestling for the Firebirds, Elijah Zapata.
Elijah Zapata taking on Diego Garcia for the Blue Jays here at 149. The forfeit came at 141. Garcia coming in with a 4-3 overall record, 1-1 in duels and 1-1 in the CCIW. Cole Nelson via the forfeit, he'll move to 7-3 and picks up his first CCIW win of the year. Elijah Zapata right at 500, 3-3 overall, 2-2 in duels and 1-1 in the CCIW. 3 more points for Garcia. Last time these two teams met, Carthage defeated Elmhurst back on the 30th of November, 2023, up in Kenosha, 29-15. So the Blue Jays, a little bit of work here, but off to a really, really good start here against their CCIW foe from the land of the cheese curds, my favorite place. Absolutely love. You got to hit the Mars Cheese Castle and the Brat Stop if you're heading north. That's 2 must-sees. And Jelly Belly used to be up there, but they closed that too, so that's a shame. Here it's 6-2. Yeah, I've actually worked up at Carthage, a beautiful campus right on the shores of Lake Michigan. Just a beautiful facility there and a beautiful facility here tonight. Garcia trying to get some more points. He does. Gets 3 more points on the takedown and now leads by 7, 9-2. Good start here for Garcia. The junior out of Glendale Heights, Illinois. Went to Glenbard East. And they'll get an escape that time for Zapata. And Glenbard North, East, South. And Glenbard West, who played in the conference that I played in at Downers North, the Hilltoppers. Only 12 seconds left. It's 9-3 Garcia. Right here at the tail end of the first. Like Garcia's so fast. Zapata trying to get a leg that time and just couldn't do it. You talk about cat-like reflexes. Look at Diego Garcia that time as he spun out of that takedown attempt by Zapata. Zapata will be down to start the second. 9-3 is your score. Elmhurst trailing 9-4. Points, big points coming into forfeit at 141. Diego Garcia looking to offset some of those points via the forfeit right here. With $1:37 left here in the second. Garcia and Zapata at 149. These guys are in some of the best shape you will ever see. My brother did wrestling and the cardio and everything. There's a escape by Zapata. I mean, just incredible. These kids could go forever. Now the clinch. As the two are grappling, less than 60 seconds left here in the second, 9-4. And that is the overall score, also 9-4 Carthage, but the match score, 9-4 via Elmhurst. Diego Garcia at 149. Zapata knowing he's got to do something here in the final 37, and he'll also have a couple more minutes in the third to try to figure out Diego Garcia. Coming up next, Henzo Augusto and Zarin Anderson at 157. Augusto coming in 12-2 on the season overall. Anderson at 6-3. Here it's a matchup of 4-3 Diego Garcia and 3-3 Elijah Zapata. 4 seconds left in the second, and we're going to go to a third, and it's going to be 9-4 Garcia.
Range choice.
So standing up choice for Zapata. He likes his chances standing up against Garcia. You're going to need a pin here to win with the way that Garcia, and he goes for the single leg, then the double. He'll get 3 more points on the takedown on Zapata. What looked like it's going to be a single leg and maybe a sweep. Garcia able to gain the hip area for Zapata and took him down for 3 more points. It's now 12-4, an 8-point lead for the junior from Glendale Heights, Illinois, and the Blue Jays. Yeah, it looks like we're going to have a stoppage for, as they would call it, biohazard, which is probably a bloody nose, a bloody lip, and they'll come out and take care of the mat. You know, that's some of the unfortunate things. I mean, you wear the headgear, but it protects the ears, because if you've ever watched, like, combat-type sports, they get those cauliflower ears, and they're trying to protect that, but you still, when you go to the clinch and you're grappling, your nose, your jaw, your upper and lower lips, I mean, they hit each other in the head, and it's not a good thing. And when a good call by the referee also, because you want to be careful in sports, obviously with blood. So looks like Garcia is going to be okay. Blue Jays will be back home. Believe it or not, they only have 2 more home matches. 16th of January against North Central. And then they'll host on the 18th of January the Al Hankey Invitational right here at R.A. Falconer Hall. And there's a point on the escape for Zapata. 12-5 with 47 seconds left. But Garcia right now has an answer for everything that Zapata is trying to do When he grapples, you can see he puts that hand behind the neck and able to lower the head down of Zapata. That takes away any opportunity, really, as he really can't see. The opponent just cannot see where he's trying to shoot. And when you control that head, you control 90% of this match with only 10 seconds left. And the Blue Jays and Diego Garcia are going to win the 149. And there it is, a 12-5 decision.
There is riding time, so that will be a 13-5 final score.
So make that 13-5 on the riding time. So 13-5 Garcia for the Blue Jays. And for Garcia, he ups his overall record to 5-3. 2-1 in duels and 2-1 in the CCIW. This is a big one right here. Enzo Augusto coming in at 12-2 overall, perfect in duels and CCIW at 3-0. Zarin Anderson, 6-3 overall, perfect in duels at 4-0 and CCIW at 3-0. This is going to be a battle right here. And you can see right off the bat, Augusto trying to go for a quick takedown. Augusto finished second at the Milliken Open and third at the CUW Open up in Mequon, Wisconsin. 1 point for the escape for Anderson, 3 for Augusto on the takedown. 9-7 your overall score here in this. And 3 more points for Augusto. Two minutes left here in the first. Enzo Augusto. 12-2 overall. Here at 157. Mateo Blessing and C.J. Gilbert up next at 165.
Augusto in the lead,
4-1 is your score. Augusto with the 3-point lead. And Anderson will get another point on the escape to cut the lead in half, 4-2. Well, Augusto that time. Both of them going for a quick shoot. Well, you talk about mat technicians right here. These guys know that one mistake between these two is all it's going to take. That's how good these guys are here at 157. Augusto, only a freshman out of Lake Barrington, Illinois. Got a great career ahead of him here at Elmhurst University. And for Anderson, the junior out of Garland, Texas. Only been through Texas a couple times, flying through there, and couldn't imagine driving from side to side, from east to west. That takes almost a full day in itself. And it's 6-2 right now, with Augusto leading here at 157 as we'll move on to the second. Augusto starting the down. Anderson making the call. Augusto right to his feet looking for an escape. And he'll spin right out of that, and he'll get that point, 7-2. But Carthage, good in everything that they do. And when these two to get together, it's like I won't say the new Bears, I'll say the old Bears and Packers. Because you can throw the records out. When these two get together, it is like a heavyweight bout on every level. These two knowing each other pretty well, even though Augusto's only a freshman. I'm sure he's seen video. He knows exactly what Anderson might throw at him. 55 seconds left. It's 7-2. So a stall warning going to Zarin Anderson. The next one, points will be awarded to Augusto. A nice crowd here tonight. R.A. Fagelno Hall with only 27 seconds left. Here in the second, 7-2. Carthage, not a far drive, down 294, depending what time of day you make that venture. But Mother Nature on the other side of the pond from Kenosha, not being nice to the Michiganders. Here with 2 seconds left, it's 7-2, and we will go to the third with Renzo Augusto on top, and the lead by 5, 7-2. Augusto looking for his 13th victory of the season. As I've mentioned this over and over like a broken record. He's only a freshman. That's how good this kid is. Anderson will get a point, but pointing right now is kind of like throwing at a 1960 Ford Pinto, just nickel and diming you to death. You can get the points. You can get it to run for a little bit. Anderson knows he needs to get a big pin right here. He needs to get some points. And Augusto trying to roll Anderson on his back. A weird, awkward position. Anderson's foot right in the ear, now underneath the chin. And now Augusto. Well, Anderson able to spin and get his stomach down on the mat. So we approach 65 seconds left here in this match. 7-3 Augusto. So we're at a stalemate. They'll stand it back up again, 7-3. And it looks like we got an issue, possibly look like with Anderson. And they're going to go right to the, well, I tell you, if I got $5 for every time my mother jammed tissue paper in my nose, just like that athletic trainer just did right there to Zarin Anderson, like a guided missile. My, oh my. Wow, these guys are titans. I tried this as a freshman in high school, and I just could not do it. These guys are unbelievably strong. And I tell you, all the props to these kids right here. And Augusto leading 7-3. Anderson knowing. And what that does, it takes away some of your breathing. When you have the open nose and the open mouth, you've got a couple full airways that time, but now he's got one nostril packed with tissue paper. And Augusto going for a takedown, but Anderson not allowing it because he knows being down by 4. And Anderson going to try to move Augusto back on the mat with only 21 seconds left. Augusto looking to move to 13-2. Overall on the season. This would be big points as the Blue Jays are down by 1, overall 9-8. 7 seconds. Anderson not going to be able to do it. and Augusto. Renzo Augusto will move to 13-3 overall, 4-0 in duels and 4-0 in the CCIW. 8-3. Another decision, and now 165. Mateo Blessing versus C.J. Gilbert for Carthage. For Blessing, 6-5 on the season, 1-1 in duels and CCIW. Gilbert, 5-4 overall, 2-2 in duels, and 2-1 overall. And we are underway in the 165. Up next at 174, Corey Bradley and Colin Ruiz. Blessing with the neck and shoulder control. No escape awarded. Blessing with the takedown. He'll get 3, and they're off the mat. Good move there by Mateo. So standing back up with 2:12 left here in the first. 3-0 Blessing. And it looks like Coach Alberto Quiros arguing the points on the takedown. Blessing again, wrapping that right leg around the right leg of Gilbert. Blessing trying to kick out that right arm. A lot of pressure. As Gilbert just trying to clear that arm out of there. Blessing trying to rotate him down. Still with that neck control. We have yet to see a pin here tonight. Blessing going again for that half Nelson. But that upper body strength for C.J. Gilbert. It's like trying to move a boulder. It's going to be very difficult. Again, Gilbert and Blessing in great shape. Gilbert clinching those hands so Blessing cannot get him on his back, but there it is. Just like that, Blessing was able to move Gilbert onto his back, but Gilbert back to his stomach. Oh, that was so close, and he'll get 3 points on the near fall. Well, he is in trouble. Gilbert in big trouble. There's the pin. First one of the night goes to the Blue Jays and Mateo Blessing. Well, you can see Blessing right there. He was just able to manipulate that shoulder just enough and use that leg strength to roll him over and get the first pin of the night. And the Blue Jays take a 17-9 lead. And we're going to move on to 174. Corey Bradley, Colin Ruiz. Bradley coming in 7-4 in all overall, 1-0 in duels and the CCIW. So Ruiz wrestled the last match and was pinned here at C.J. Gilbert. for the Firebirds. Gilbert trying to move Bradley. Now Bradley with the legs clinched around Gilbert. Gilbert 5-4 overall. Bradley 7-4. See Gilbert now trying to get back to his feet. And that's going to be hard to do. Bradley has a leg. Now one around the head and then one around the right leg. We're just about to be off the mat. And Bradley in trouble. They'll stand him back up with 61 seconds left here in the first. .45 seconds, no score. Here at 174. Blue Jays leading 17-9. Able to alleviate that forfeit that the Blue Jays had at 141. Everything from here on out, big points. Connor Kelly and Devin Rogers coming up next at 184. Yeah, they're going to stand it back up again. Not much going on. Still no points. I mean, they're still moving. But the referee wants a little bit more action. And we'll see what Bradley has here in store for Gilbert. And that will be it for the first.
For this first period, choice deferred to Carthage. Start this period on their feet.
So Carthage choosing to stay on their feet. Nice shoot that time by Bradley. Trying to move Gilbert on his back. And if Bradley can spin out, he can put Gilbert in a very bad position right here. And Gilbert knows that. Not allowing him to spin him on his back. And they're off the mat again. .124 left here in the second. We still have no points here at 174. These guys in both in great shape. Gilbert knows Bradley trying to spin around onto the back. Gilbert not allowing him with the sprawl. Now Bradley. And they're off the mat again. .43 seconds left here in the second. Still no points here at 174. Blue Jays lead 17-9 overall. Only pin of the night just happened at 165. Mateo Blessing taking down Colin Ruiz. Bradley and Gilbert. Seven seconds left here in the second. Boy, this third one is going to be A period for the ages with no points.
And we have a scoreless second period.
And let's see what Bradley says. And he will put Gilbert down to start the third. Gilbert, knowing if he spins out, he's going to get a point. That might be all that you need here in this match. These two mat tacticians have been really, really good. As Gilbert trying to break that hold, Bradley trying to get him, and there's that point we were talking about. First point tonight here in the 174. Corey Bradley and C.J. Gilbert. It's 1-0. Shoot that time by Gilbert. By Bradley in trouble, but for Gilbert, he's got all the 174 of Corey Bradley on his shoulders. Bradley trying to be careful, and they're going to have to stand it back up. 71 seconds left. Bradley trying to spin to the back. Gilbert has a hold of that ankle. Right, Bradley. And Gilbert knows it too. Bradley trying to manipulate that far leg, which would be the left one. And Gilbert knows that they're going to probably end up standing him up again here with 40 seconds left. Now Bradley trying to get the pin on Gilbert. Bradley trying to turn this match. 3 points for Corey Bradley. And Gilbert in a world of hurt here with 17 seconds left. It was 0-0 to start the third. Gilbert got an escape point. From that point on, it's been Corey Bradley. 2 seconds left, and the Blue Jays will get more points. And Corey Bradley outduels C.J. Gilbert. 6-1 is the decision. Now it's Connor Kelly and Devin Rogers at 184 for Kelly. 1-4 on the season, 1-2 in duels and CCIW. Rogers, impressive record at 7-4 overall, 3-1 in duels and 2-1 in the CCIW. Blue Jays now leading by 11, 20-9. Kelly starting off fast against Rogers, trying to get that sweep, and he'll get the 3 points. Nope, they're going to wave it off. They're going to wave it off. There was no control. He put up the 3 fingers, and there just was no control. 3 points that time awarded to Devin Rogers. Kelly in trouble. Four more points given to Rogers. That one, 4 points for a near fall, and Connor Kelly in a world of trouble right here. Rogers. Well, they'll stand it back up again. Potentially dangerous situation right there, and that's what Devin Rogers was looking at the referee about, and he agrees. Connor Kelly starting down with a $1:42 left here in the first. 3-0. Devin Rogers. Firebirds needing points. Colin O'Neill and Diego Fuentes up next at 197. Then the heavyweights, David Ortiz and Mason Kokersperger. Here's a near fall right here for Rogers. Carthage looking for their first pin of the night. Connor Kelly in trouble right here, and he's got to try to get out of this. And he'll roll onto his back, and this is trouble. And there's the pin.
And it's a first period fall.
The fall going to Devin Rogers over Connor Kelly. Colin O'Neill and Diego Fuentes coming up next for O'Neill. He's 3-6 on the season overall, 1-2 in duels and CCIW. Diego Fuentes, 1-5 overall for Carthage, 1-3 in duels and 1-2 in the CCIW. Next up after this, it's the big boys at 285, Ortiz and Kokersperger. Oh, and just like that, Colin O'Neill. Possible ankle or knee. They're going to take a look at him. And that took place in the first 11 seconds of the 197. At the score 20-15 overall. And they're checking out that left knee of Colin O'Neill. Fuentes, a senior out of Franksville, Wisconsin. And O'Neill, a junior out of Schiller Park, East Leiden High School, over there by O'Hare International Airport. And right here, the concern is for Colin O'Neill. And going through a total knee reconstruction and knee issues, I can tell you, I feel for him, and hopefully he's going to be okay. We will see if he'll be able to continue, because that mobility, they're going to put it looks like a little brace, but it's definitely going to affect O'Neill right here. And we'll see. He's not able to put much pressure on that leg. And Fuentes can sense blood in the water like a shark. He knows that O'Neill is not at 100%. Blue Jays with a 5-point lead. Fuentes trying to get an escape point, spinning out, didn't get it. Let's see if he goes after that left leg. He keeps sweeping for the opposite leg of O'Neill. Minute gone here in the first. 1 point was given to Fuentes on an escape. Right now the grapple, O'Neill trying to keep that left knee farther back, not allowing Fuentes to shoot for that leg. O'Neill sensing that he was going to shoot, and you can see Fuentes with the wrist control and then the elbow. Now Fuentes on top. O'Neill is trying to roll Fuentes over. Fuentes trying to do the same to O'Neill. 49 seconds left here in the first. Back to their feet. The referee not having to do much in this one. They just continue to fight. O'Neal. Again with that head control, and then on the back, going to get 3 on the takedown. O'Neal with a 2-point lead, 3-1 with 12 seconds left here in the first. But just like that, Bradley at 174, able to turn it in the last few seconds, and that'll be into the first. Fuentes deferring. You see O'Neal again just digging deep. Who wants it more right here? Colin O'Neal leading by 2, 3-1. Fuentes tries to shoot. O'Neal able to counter again, almost turning into like a 2x4, not allowing him to get anywhere close to the legs, just throws those legs farther back. O'Neal with a 2-point lead. And again, O'Neal laying out. Fuentes has to retreat from the single leg. O'Neal just putting all his weight on the neck and shoulders of Fuentes, trying to wear him out. 1:05 left here in the second. It's 3-1, and O'Neal will get 3 more. Make it 6-1. You talking about digging deep. O'Neal hurt his knee 11 seconds into this match. And he is just digging deep, and you can see, not used to having a brace or knee pad on that far leg. Usually just the black one on the right leg. O'Neal not letting Fuentes go, and he'll get the point. Unfortunately, O'Neal was trying to prevent that from happening. Pulls the lead to 4, 6-2. 2015. These are huge points for the Blue Jays. With only 2:85 left, Ortiz and Kokersberger. That's going to be a battle. Here O'Neal's got to be careful, and that's the end of the second. O'Neal was trying to roll Fuentes into a possible small package right there onto the shoulder. Colin O'Neal, Diego Fuentes, 197. You're watching live Elmhurst University Blue Jays wrestling action at suncom.tv. O'Neal looking for the slam, that time on Fuentes, and the Elmhurst University's athletics YouTube page. Fuentes will get the escape, cuts the lead in half, 6-3. Check us out on X, Instagram, and Facebook. At Elmhurst Blue Jay on X, at Elmhurst Blue Jay on Instagram, and on Facebook, Elmhurst University Athletics. Minute 17 left. Colin O'Neal with a 3-point lead. Fuentes tried to get, you see O'Neal trying to get to the back. He went one way, got the other. He'll get 3 more points, make it 9-3. A 6-point lead now for Colin O'Neal. Well, O'Neal and Fuentes were spinning one way, and then O'Neal put the brakes on and spun back around the opposite way and got 3 more points. And those are huge points for the Blue Jays, looking to even up their overall record at 2-2 and also 2-2 in the CCIW. 197 we're at, moving on to 285 after this. Almost 100-pound difference between this match and the next one coming up. 27 seconds left. Fuentes with the stalling warning. And right now, Fuentes, he's in trouble. And O'Neal knows it. O'Neal trying to manipulate that near arm, as you can see nearest to the camera, trying to pull that wrist back out again. 5 seconds. That's going to do it, folks. Colin O'Neal. He'll get another point right there, make it 10-3, and that's going to be your score. Huge points for the Blue Jays. 23-15.
Final score of that match, 10-3 in favor of O'Neal.
That's going to bring up David Ortiz, 7-6, also one of the seniors honored tonight. 7-6 overall, 1-2 in the duels and 1-2 in the CCIW. And Mason Kokersperger, 6-7 overall, 2-2 in duels and 1-2 in the CCIW. Blue Jays looking to even their record at 2-2 overall and in the CCIW. Carthage in trouble right now and looking to fall to 3-2 overall and 2-2 in the CCIW. Ortiz, I mentioned, one of the 4 seniors that were honored here tonight. Nice little ceremony before we.
Decision in the last match. So that has put Elmhurst ahead 24-15.
Okay, so now it was moved to a major decision in the last match with O'Neal, and that makes it a 9-point lead now for the Blue Jays, 24-15. For the Blue Jays, a really good match here. Again, I don't know who made the schedule, but there's only 4 meets right here. They took on Wheaton, Carthage tonight, North Central, and the Al Hankey Invitational. And the rest are on the road. We can hear these 2 big men going at it. Kokersperger trying to single leg on Ortiz. Ortiz trying to move off the mat. Kokersperger not letting him. Kokersperger trying to throw Ortiz down. And right about there, my hamstring would have popped about 5 different times. Look at the flexibility there on Ortiz, knowing he has got to keep that distance. Kokersperger trying to go in, and he finally gets the head of Ortiz. Less than 60 seconds, and there we go. Well, Roberto Quiros not happy at all with the referee. 41 seconds left here in the first. Ortiz, Kokersperger here at 285. Kokersperger, senior out of Kenosha, Indian Trail High School and Academy. And for Ortiz, out of Chicago, De La Salle Institute. And that will end the first, no score. Ortiz in the down position to start the second. And Ortiz looking to get an escape right here, and he got it. Low points to start off this match. First point coming here in the second, going to David Ortiz. Blue Jays trying to resurrect the ship against Carthage after dropping a 29-15 decision back on the 30th of November of 2023 up in Kenosha. And then even their overall record. Ortiz and Kokersperger. Some strong, strong gentlemen on the mat right here. Ortiz trying to gain a wrist control on Kokersperger. Kokersperger trying to shoot. Ortiz is ready. 51 seconds left here in the second. It's only 1-0. David Ortiz on the escape. And I think that's why he chose the down position to start the second. Only 30 seconds left. Ortiz, Kokersperger here at 285. And they're off the mat. 24-15. Overall points. 18 seconds left here in the second. It's going to be 1-0 going into the third here at 285. Let's see how they're going to do this. Kokersperger, he's going to look for the tie if he can get an escape. See what Ortiz does here. He stays right on the back, does not allow Kokersperger to get to his feet. That has got to take a lot out of you when there's 285. Now Kokersperger has to pick up Ortiz. Ortiz. Kokersperger. And he'll get the escape. It's 1-1. $1:30 left in the heavyweights. And they're off the mat. 1:27 left. I'd like to give a big shout out to Greg Rosel over here to my right. Always does a great job. Love working with him here at suncom.tv. On a cool Thursday evening, the 5th of December. Hopefully you and yours had a wonderful Thanksgiving, getting ready for Christmas. 60 seconds left, and it's 1-1. Ortiz, Kokersperger. Blue Jays will be at the Artcraft Invitational on the 14th. North Central. And then it's CUW again on the 9th of 2025. Before returning home on the 16th and 18th against North Central in the Al Hankey Invitational. 25 seconds left. It's 1-1. Kokersperger trying to get to Ortiz. Ortiz. Kokersperger with the shoot. Ortiz. 5 seconds left, and how about that one? Ortiz will get the three and close this one out for the Blue Jays. Pulls the rabbit out of the hat, and David Ortiz moves to 8-6 overall. And more importantly, the Blue Jays win tonight 27-15. And they'll even their record 2-2 overall and 2-2 in the CCIW. Carthage drops to 3-2 overall and 2-2 in the CCIW. For Greg Rosel, I'm Bill Downing, live from the R.A. Falconer Hall.